What's up, everyone? We're back with another quick episode. This is gonna be our first quick game recap that we're doing on the channel.
Yep.
We're gonna be doing these whenever there's a big game or a really good game happens. Start of the NFL season, the Chiefs and the Ravens faced off AFC Championship rematch to start the season last night. The Chiefs ended up winning 27-20 by a toenail, really.
Yeah, that was
The
whack.
ending was crazy, but you wanna give your thoughts first?
I think most notable things is just Xavier Worthy had a really good game. You could
Hmm.
just tell by his speed, like he looked crazy out there, crazy
Yeah.
fast. Brain was not. I knew he was nice. I have him in fantasy,
Bro,
and even if you just see him on the field, like he looks super fast. Mark Andrews stinker. I have him in fantasy. It looks like Isaiah Likely might be tight end one over there. Man, by a toenail. Who else played good? I think Rashid Rice had a pretty good game as
Fear Rice was
well.
out there.
So
But
I think the biggest takeaway was the Chiefs really got weapons now,
yeah.
unlike last year. That was my biggest takeaway. I don't know what you think.
Yeah. So first off, I knew Xavier Worthy was gonna be good. They traded up to get him for a reason. I just didn't think he was gonna be as evolved, like to start off the season, to be honest, especially with Rashid still being out
I
there.
think with Hollywood Brown
I
out, that
that
just
I think
gave him
that
the
yeah, I think that really plays a role. But yeah, it's gonna be nice. New weapons. I think that is the major storyline that the Chiefs just have weapons now. Their offense is gonna be elite again. And their defense is still elite too. I mean, they're very well coached. I think that was a big story of the game too. They're very well coached. They tackle well. I think that one play that stands out to me was that fourth down that they went for at midfield in like the second quarter,
yeah.
where they tried to like hide Zay Flowers behind like the lineman, which is good because like Justin Reed didn't see it. But then I mean Trent McDuffie just made a tremendous play and was
You
able
think that
to
was a
get
good
him.
play call by the Ravens?
No.
No.
Oh no.
I
I
mean, giving
no.
the ball to
No.
Zay Flowers, and I like Zay Flowers, and I thought
No,
with
that
just like I
I
don't know,
I think that just showed like the Chiefs were kind of in their head. They were getting on like they were
yeah.
pressing too much, like because there's still so much game left, but I think they were just scared to give the ball back. Um
Lamar didn't have a great
But
game
that
either.
was a really good play though. It's just
Mm,
Trent McDuffie just made an all pro play. That's why he's an all pro.
yeah.
But Lamar didn't yeah, I don't think Lamar had a good game. I mean, if you look at his stats, I mean he was actually
They're
I mean they're
decent.
decent, but
If you watch the game, it just wasn't.
he was keeping them in the game. It's just with his play style, it's just like everything's super chaotic, you know?
Yeah, yeah.
Like I mean he does make plays, which is I mean he was keeping them in the game, which is like super sustainable in the regular season, but come playoff time, like
He did have a
you
couple
got to be able to
runs.
pass the ball to win,
Especially
but
the play to Zay Flowers right before the Isaiah Likely, touchdown.
yeah, yeah.
That was a really big.
Yeah.
You just can't make as an MVP, you can't make that type of throw.
Yeah.
You have to
But
kind of find that one.
yeah, he did make some plays that stood out.
Justin
Especially
Tucker missed a field
oh
goal.
yeah.
That was a big blow.
Yeah. But especially that Rashad Bateman catch was nice
Rashad
for a
Bateman.
fully extended catch to put him in zone.
Yeah,
I think the thing that stood out to me was and then it showed. I mean, I know it's week one, but I think I mean if the Chiefs just play their best, I don't think anyone's beating them. But I mean that's the thing about football.
uh,
You don't always play your best.
I don't. I
Um
mean, you can say that
I mean
about.
they won last year and they were not good.
I think teams got better.
But
Houston got better. But that's
mhm.
for another day. We're just
Okay.
talking about this game.
Okay. But
Um,
so where would you have the Ravens though? Like before this game, where'd you have them ranked in teams?
I don't. I didn't even have them winning their division. I had them at the fifth seed. I had the Browns winning the
Oh, you had
division,
the okay. Yeah, you
which is a little biased.
okay.
Derrick Henry, I traded him in fantasy. The reason is I knew that he wasn't even playing that much, like because
Well,
they have a pass catching running back. So he does get the goal line things. I understand that,
yeah.
but he's a power running back, but just he's not a great pass catcher. He's not that
But
explosive,
I mean, throughout the season, I think there's still going to be teams that they just beat up on, and they're
and they'll
in
just
big
get the
leads, and they're just going to run the ball. It's just they weren't able to do that against the Chiefs, you know.
yeah, yeah.
Um,
I still think he's a good pickup,
yeah,
but
yeah, no, he's definitely.
the
Yeah,
Ravens still look good.
I
They lost
mean,
by 7 to the Chiefs off 1 foot. Like I don't think the Ravens
yeah.
really looked
I
terrible.
think both teams there was a lot of different things they could definitely improve on. For the Chiefs, I mean,
Yeah, what do you think the
they were
Chiefs could
still
improve on?
rusty a little bit. Like I mean,
Mahomes pick.
Mahomes. I mean, Mahomes had a pretty good game. There was just a couple miscues that he had out there. Yeah, that pick was definitely like tried just forcing it. I don't know what was happening. He just tried forcing it. He was getting hit while he threw that. It was just that was just a miscue, bad play. I mean, but that's something that like he's not gonna really do. It's just he'll cut that out. But
Yeah.
what else? There was just some of the holdings that they got. But I
Yeah.
think the thing that stands out to me was the penalties that were happening early on.
Talking about the
The
Ravens on
Yeah, that they
called.
called on the Ravens.
Yeah.
They were like really flag happy. Um,
There's one play call that I think they called a holding I saw on Instagram, and they're all saying like the refs got the Chiefs. It looked like
mm,
a little on Lamar, a little Lamar run.
mm,
I think that was a little over exaggerated. Like it was a little grab, but I
yeah.
don't think they should have called it.
But
But I mean, it was a good game
it was
for
a
the
good
worst week
game
one.
for week one. I think another thing that stands out to me was just the kind of the I don't want the coaching and the game management with the timeouts for the Ravens.
You
I
don't
mean,
think it was played?
they burned like two timeouts in the third quarter because they were about to get like full delay of games and
Yeah,
stuff. I mean, and they could have used those timeouts like at the end and stuff.
yeah.
So it's like a lot of these games, especially, I mean, we could have anticipated this game was going to come down like kind of to the wire. And most games,
It
a lot
was.
of games in the NFL do.
Yeah.
So it's just like I don't think it's like good to like burn those timeouts. Like I think you just got to take the 5 yards, you know,
You
because you're
think
gonna,
so?
yeah, I think you're gonna need those
Especially
timeouts
in
at the
third
end.
quarter, yeah.
I know Sean McVay talked about that. A lot of coaches are like for that, like,
They're just
and they do
taking the
that. They
penalty.
just take the penalty, yeah, because
Yeah,
the
because
5 yards isn't the only situation I would see is like it would have to be in the momentum of the game, like you're really moving on, and then it's like a 3rd and 4,
yeah.
and if you get that third down conversion, like you
But
could
just on
really
a
put the
first and
game
10, you
away.
would just take the
Oh
five.
yeah, you just got to take the 5, yeah. But
Yeah, I agree.
because like a 3rd and 5 in a crucial moment versus a 3rd and 10, that could
That's
be big.
yeah.
So maybe I would burn it there. But other than that, I would just you just got to take the 5 and save the
Especially at the
timeout.
end, because I'm pretty sure the Ravens didn't they have more downs and the clock ran out.
Yeah, I mean they only had one timeout to
Yeah,
use, and then they
yeah.
ended up using it. So
So they could have had more
that's what I'm
plays.
saying.
Could have ran the ball maybe. Yeah.
But what do you think of? I mean, despite what we're saying with Lamar, he was making plays at the end, right?
He did have a couple runs,
But then
yeah.
I mean when it really mattered, we saw what happened.
I think that's kind
He
of the
missed
story of Lamar.
I mean on that first play it was what was it? The one that Isaiah likely looked like he got hurt on. He had him wide
That was a
open going to like Brian Cook wasn't even looking at the ball. So it's like there were so many different ways you could have thrown that, and he threw it in the only real spot that you don't throw that to. He like threw it out of bounds, and like
I mean,
it was bad.
yeah, that was
But
and he almost injured his tight end.
yeah. And
But
then the very next play,
the
obviously,
Zay
they had,
Flowers, that was
yeah,
a
Zay
bad play.
Flowers wide open. I mean, because I've seen some things where it's like, because Zay Flowers like threw his hand up. That's
Hmm.
normally telling you like when people do that, it's like they have a clear path, so they're gonna keep running,
Yeah, yeah,
But I don't know. So like that's just a play. I mean, 'cause Lamar, two-time MVP, one of the best players. You just got to make that,
yeah.
especially in that critical game moment. And then that's like a thing. Like if the roles were reversed, do you think the Chiefs are making that? You think Mahomes is making that?
Mahomes is probably making that,
Okay,
yeah.
that's
But
what I'm
I don't
saying.
want to. I mean, I don't
No,
want
but
to
see, that's
lose.
why it's like we're like Lamar. We gotta hold
I
him up
don't
to
think
that
we.
same standard,
I don't think we do have to hold up
But
to
he's
it.
two-time MVP. It's the
But
same
Mahomes is
MVP as
probably gonna be the
Mahomes.
GOAT. Like, no glazing, but
But so then, do you think
and
all
Mahomes is a better thrower than Lamar.
okay?
I think
But
it's
still,
more.
that's like I feel like Mac Jones is making that pass,
I don't think Mac Jones is making that pass.
bro. I think.
I don't think Mac Jones is running for all those yards and
Oh
getting
yeah,
all those
definitely. He's
first
not
downs.
keeping him in that game, but
So Lamar did have some stinkers, but he did have some plays that I don't think any other quarterbacks making on just on his feet.
yeah. But
I mean,
I mean, I think that's what really stood out to me though. The Chiefs. I mean, that's what I really came away with. That it's like, I mean, if they've really played their best game, I don't think anyone could beat them. But obviously, injuries happen. The injuries are a big part of the game. And obviously, they're probably not going to play their best game every single game. So it comes down just to, in the playoffs who plays their best on that day. But their weapons, I mean, their offense, they dropped 27 on the Ravens. And I know that I don't think the Ravens I thought this going into the season. I don't think they're gonna be like close as good as they were last season. Like
yeah.
they were the best defense in the NFL last season. They lost their D coordinator, who's the head coach for Seattle now. He was elite. They lost Patrick Queen. They lost some other guys. So it's like I think there'll still be an elite, like a really good defense, but I don't know. The Chiefs put up 27. There were some missed opportunities that they had still to get more points. So I mean, I think the Chiefs offense is going to definitely be rolling, like you said, with all their new weapons.
And
But
Hollywood Brown
and
come back.
Hollywood Brown coming back, and then
Juju didn't really he kind of had an underwhelming
I
game.
mean, but he just recently got signed.
Yeah.
I honestly didn't expect him to be out there as like he wasn't really out there too much. I expected it
He
like
had a
that.
drop, but I mean
Well,
that
that
was a hard
touchdown,
drop. That was a hard drop.
you got to catch that
You
though.
have to catch
That
those
was
things.
right in his hands for a touchdown.
Like Rashad Bateman kind of did the same thing, but caught it.
Yeah,
Even
yeah.
probably a harder catch, to be honest.
Yeah. So I mean, those are some things that they'll work out. Definitely I think Kelsey will be more involved too. He wasn't really involved
Do you
too
think
much.
Kelsey will have a little regression this year just because of age and more weapons?
I mean, you could say he had a regression
Last
last
year,
year in the
yeah.
first season. I mean, but their whole offense just stunk last season, so that played a part. Um,
I
I
think
think
Rasheed
they're
Rice might have a big
I
year.
think they're yeah, we'll get to that. I think they're gonna use them wisely because they definitely don't want to overdo them.
Hmm.
And especially with all their new weapons now,
Yeah.
like I don't think it's not just gonna be all relying on him now, you know.
Yeah, I see
So
what
it's
you're
like if he's open, they're obviously gonna pass it to him. He's gonna be still playing hard, but like they have other people they can rely on now. Isaiah Pacheco is also continuing to take leaps.
saying. Yeah,
He did have
Pacheco.
that one drop that was that
Yeah.
I feel like he would have ran in for a touchdown there, but with the momentum. But man,
It's a good game. It was a good
it was
game.
a good game, really good game. Man, that the ending was great, but
Yeah, it was
I,
good.
it truly looked like he was in until they showed the replay. Like
I
when he
know.
first caught it, yeah. And then like they were about to go for two. You think they get the two if they
You think they would have went for two? Oh yeah, Harbaugh.
Harbaugh was
Yeah.
signaling to go for two, but um that would have been
Um,
interesting.
I wish he
But
got it. It would have made it more interesting,
just to
but
see if the two.
yeah.
Yeah, 'cause you either win or you lose. But yeah, man. I mean, does this change anything?
I don't
I know
think
it's too
this
great. Does this change anything in like your
I
rankings or
don't
like
I don't
your standings?
I mean, I thought the Chiefs were a little bit better team. I thought the Ravens winning, but this really was kind of not what I expected, but this is
The
kind of just a close game between two good teams. Both teams literally showed I don't think any team showed anything they like I don't think this was anything surprising at all, to be
mm,
honest.
I think the thing that was, I mean, it was the offensive line for the Ravens. Like I
Yeah,
knew that they had a lot of new players that like it was gonna be rough. I didn't know like how it would exactly look. Like
yeah,
in
all
the
those
first
penalties,
quarter, it was
yeah.
rough. No, and then like Chris Jones
Yeah,
forcing the
just going crazy,
fumble.
yeah.
Um,
That is Chris Jones. But
yeah,
yeah,
I
it
know,
was
but still,
underwhelming.
so I mean, they're definitely gonna have to work on that. And I think I remember seeing they were talking about it on the broadcast. Like by halftime, Lamar's like average depth of target, like on his passes, were like just above 1 yard.
Yeah,
So
they're throwing a bunch of
that
screens to Zay,
say
yeah.
so that shows like they didn't trust their offensive line either. So that goes to their game plan. So if
I
the,
think they'll be fine in the
yeah,
regular season.
yeah.
Playoffs,
But if
you know.
anything, I think I had the Ravens winning the division, right?
Yeah,
I mean, I got to see how Cincinnati looks. I mean, because I just saw earlier like T Higgins is doubtful for the. I know it's the Patriots, but T Higgins
they're
doubtful.
winning that game.
Yeah. But I think
What does T. Higgins have?
I don't know. 'Cause I didn't. That was just random to me. But
Jamar's playing, I heard though.
he's game time decision. But
Oh, I feel like he'll
I
play
feel like he's gonna play. But it said he was a game time decision.
just
But
because of his contract.
yeah. If anything, this game, I feel like that division is definitely going to be closer. Not like I thought the Ravens were definitely going to win it, but
It's a good
I think
division.
that the Ravens definitely have regressed this season. Um,
I don't think they regressed, by the way. They lost by
really?
7 to the Chiefs.
Yeah, but like just watching the game,
And they
it's
could have
like
played so much better,
it
I
was
feel like.
like two different tiers, you know?
I don't think
I
so.
think the Ravens like
I don't think it was two different tiers at
I
all.
don't like I wouldn't be surprised if the Ravens lose in
The
like
Chiefs,
don't win a
the
playoff
Chiefs
game.
had a good game. Like they didn't, it's not like they had a bad game.
But it was like kind of like yeah, I
And the
guess what you're
Ravens
saying.
didn't have the best. I mean, they both played. I don't think it
I
was
don't
two
think
tiers.
either team's played like really good, to be honest.
But I think
Like I think like comparing it to how the Chiefs were playing last year, yeah, they played good, but I don't know. It's just like
if I'm a Ravens fan, I'm not really worried, to be
I
honest.
saw flashes. If I'm a Ravens fan, I'm definitely worried.
Um,
I don't see them as a Super Bowl contender, if I'm being honest.
I'm not
Um,
worried at all.
yeah, but because I think yeah, I don't see them as a Super Bowl contender. We'll talk about that more though, in our next pod as we like talk about all the week one matchups. But any predictions for the game tonight, Green Bay versus the Packers? Anything?
Green Bay versus the Packers.
Green Bay versus the Eagles. It's in Brazil.
I think we
Yeah.
already talked about this. I got Green Bay.
You got Green, yeah, I got Green Bay too. But yeah. Who want sleeper person to go off tonight for
Romeo
fantasy
Dobbs.
turn? Romeo Dobbs. Dang.
I mean, is
I
that
hope
really a sleeper?
I hope
No.
it's Christian Watson. Put him
Christian,
in
I like
fantasy.
they have underrated receivers. Romeo Dobbs, Christian Watson. I
But
think Josh Jacobs actually might pop off too.
I'm hoping for it. I think he's
Jahan
gonna.
Dotson, maybe, hopefully. We'll see. I don't
We'll
know.
see. But Saquon, you hope Saquon as well.
Saquon will do good. I
But
think it'll be a good game.
anyways, yeah, just week one or game one recap, Chiefs versus Ravens. My 17-0 predictions looking pretty good so far. But we'll see how that turns out in the season. Just drop any comments, questions you have. Anything else you want to say?
Peace. Subscribe. Let us know what you want. Thanks for watching.